Hey second graders, we're going to be working on your words for the story, Walk in the Desert. Here's a little hint for remembering this word, desert. If it has one S, it reminds me to only go through it one time, so that would be the hot place, a desert. The word dessert has two S's. Everything else is the same, but it has two S's because I would love to eat dessert twice. So the place I don't want to go through, the hot place, is the desert, and dessert has two S's. In our words this week, we have base words, which is another way of calling it a root word, and suffix endings. So there's several different things that we have to pay attention to when we're adding a suffix ending. If you don't have this book, I suggest that you get it or you borrow it from someone. It's the Phoneme Grapheme Mapping book by Catherine Grace. This is the book that I use to reference with the page numbers for the teacher's copy of the pages that we do. Also the forms, such as this one, which is found on page 306 of that book, can be found. So let's go ahead and jump into our words. We're going to use this chart first. This is the doubling rule chart for single syllable base words. Most of our words are single syllables, so this is a good chart we can use. I hope it's clear for you. It's a little small because I need to get the whole chart in there at one time. So our base word is drop, and our ending is ed. So now we need to answer the questions. If the answers to all of the questions are yes, then we're going to double the final consonant before adding the suffix ending. If any of the questions are answered with no, then we do not double the final consonant before adding the suffix ending. So let's go ahead and answer the question for our base word drop and ed ending. Does the base word have one syllable? We have one vowel sound, so it is a one syllable, so yes. Does the base word have a short vowel sound? Well, I know a single vowel followed by one or more consonants is a closed syllable, and closed syllables have those short vowels, so we put a breve on the top. That's kind of like the smiley face symbol to remind us it's a short sound. So that answer is yes. Does the base word end in one consonant sound? Yes, it only has one P at the end. And does the suffix begin with a vowel? Yes, it begins with the E. All of those questions are answered with a yes, so we will double the final P before adding the suffix ending. So let's drop, double the P, and add the ed. Now when we have ed endings, there's a special thing we need to pay attention to when we're pronouncing it. The ed ending will be said as a t when the word ends in an unvoiced consonant. P is an unvoiced consonant, so the ed ending will sound like a t. So we can write that over on the side so we can remember it sounds like t. So the word would be dropped. Now if the ed ending follows a vowel or a voiced consonant, because vowels are voiced also, then the ed ending will sound like d. But if the word ends in either a t or a d, then we'll say the ed ending as ed. Ed. And we'll actually have a word that has that ending that I can show you. Alright, let's go back to our base word. We're going to have the base word drop again, and we'll add the ing ending. So let's answer our questions to see if we need to double this P before adding the ing. The base word has one syllable, yes. It's a short vowel, yes. It has one consonant sound at the end, yes. And the suffix begins with a vowel, yes. All yeses, then we'll double the P before adding the ing. D-R-O-P-P-I-N-G. Dropping. Our next base word is going to be hug. H-U-G. That's a closed syllable, a single vowel followed by one or more consonants. It's closed. The vowel is short. We put a breve on the top. We're going to add the ed ending. Does our base word have one syllable? Yes, because it has one vowel sound. Is it a short vowel sound? Yes. Does the word end in one consonant sound? Yes. Does the suffix begin with a vowel? Yes. All yeses, we double the G before we add the ed. H-U-G-G-E-D. Hug. The g is voiced. Let me bring this back up. G is voiced. So it's a voiced consonant. So the ed ending has the d sound. When I put these slash marks, that means that's the sound. These are called virgules. The virgules tell us just say the sound, don't say the letter name. So now let's do hug again. And let's see, what do we do when we add the ing ending? It's one syllable, yes. The vowel is short, yes. One consonant sound at the end, yes. The suffix ending begins with a vowel, yes. All yeses, we double the G. H-U-G-G-I-N-G. Hugging. Now when we double those consonants at the end, we don't say the sound twice. It's just a visual marker. It's just a visual thing that we do with the word. We don't say hugging. We don't say dropping. We just say those double letters once. Here's another base word, lift. Lift. We'll do the ed ending first. Does the word have a one syllable? One vowel sound, one syllable. Is it short? Of a single vowel followed by one or more consonants, that's a closed syllable, the vowel is short. We put the breve on the top. Does the word end in one consonant sound? We have an F and a T. So that answer is no. Does the suffix begin with a vowel? Yes. If there's a no to any of the questions, we do not double the final consonant. So we put it in this column. L-I-F-T-E-D. Lifted. Oops. There you go. Lifted. Now, how do we say this? Because the word ends in a T, we say the ed as ed. So it's the e and the d. Ed. Those go in separate virgule lines because they're separate sounds. Just like when we put our words in separate boxes, when we're doing the phoneme grapheme mapping, each box represents a different sound. Each virgule line represents a different sound. The next base word again is lift, L-I-F-T, and ing ending. It is a one-syllable word. It does have a short vowel sound. It has two consonant sounds at the end. It does begin with a vowel. We do not double the T when adding the ing. Lifting is the word. Alright guys, so that is just a few of the words from your list. These are the words that have the consonants at the end of the base word. because we needed to know whether we doubled a consonant at the end of the word before adding the ending. So that's why we use this doubling rules chart. I will see you for part 2 for the rest of your words. Get another copy of this chart because we'll use it for the rest of your list.